All right, I'm gonna explain what type 1 diabetes is and what type 2 diabetes is, because some people are confused about those type of diabetes. Okay, it is a third type also, but I'm gonna focus on the type 1 and type 2. So type 1 diabetes is when your body does not produce enough insulin. Let me explain. Every time we eat food, right, a lot of things happen biologically, but one thing that happens is that the food gets broken down to glucose, sugar. All right. So in order to get those sugar, which is energy, into our cells, it needs insulin for that. Our pancreas secretes insulin. So every time we eat food, whatever it is, our body produces insulin. Think about insulin as like the key to a lock. Okay. When it comes to cells has a whole bunch of channels and gates and stuff like that. So anything, mostly anything, just cannot go, into a cell. It has to go to a gate or a channel. Anyway, so think about insulin as a key. So insulin is the key to open those channels so the glucose can go into our cells. So type 1 diabetes is when somebody is unable to produce enough insulin or no insulin at all to help pull in those sugars. Okay, so that's type 1. Okay, so usually those people need insulin injections. You gotta be very careful, and there's certain types of insulin injections also. I'm gonna get into that on another video, but that's the main thing when it comes to type 1 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is your body actually produces insulin, right? But usually, most of the time, people who have type 2 diabetes usually are like overweight or have or just obese. Okay, usually. So what happens is that because if a person's overweight or they eat too much, so your body is constantly producing insulin, okay? And one thing about the body is that sometimes if it gets overwhelmed by something, it will just shut down. Certain things will shut down. So in type 2 diabetes, your body actually produces insulin, but you become insensitive to it, okay? So those receptors that locks with the insulin, because some of them becomes inactive. So what's going to happen is that you're going to have a lot of glucose or sugar in the blood. They can't actually get in the cell, okay? So that's what type 2 diabetes is. So type 1 diabetes is your body does not produce enough insulin. Type 2 diabetes is that your body actually produces insulin, but it has issue unlocking the gate per se, okay? So so in type 2 diabetes is that you become insensitive to the insulin, so therefore you have a whole bunch of sugar floating and you have high insulin levels and stuff like that, okay? So I hope that clears up something. I hope that clears up a little bit when it comes to type 1 and type 2 diabetes. In other videos, I'm gonna get more in detail about what you can do to help with your diabetes. Now I will say type 1 diabetes is basically pretty much permanent, but type 2 diabetes, there's stuff you can do to help with that. Okay, I'm gonna explain that on another video. So that's all I gotta say about the diabetes in general. Okay, so if you like this video and you got some knowledge from it, please subscribe and like the video. Okay, and tune in for some more videos. Peace.